Be honest. Have you ever attempted to memorize English vocabulary, only to find yourself forgetting it just a couple of hours later? Well, it's not your fault, and it is understandable. Using ineffective strategies to memorize vocabulary is like writing in sand before the tide washes in. It doesn't matter how much effort you put in, the words simply won't stick. I will demonstrate effective methods to help you remember new words, which will stay in your memory permanently. No boring memorization. No endless cramming. These straightforward yet effective techniques will help you achieve your goals. Let's begin our journey to stop forgetting words while building speaking confidence. Why learning new words in isolation doesn't work. Attempting to memorize random lists of words or learning new words in isolation is like building a house without a foundation. It's unstable for your brain. When you are learning random words in isolation, without a story, emotion, or context, your memory has nothing to hold on to. It's like tossing seeds onto concrete and wondering why nothing grows. Here's the science behind it. The brain functions through creating connections instead of storing unrelated facts. The brain functions best when it links fresh information with what it already knows, similar to adding new branches to existing trees. When you learn a word in isolation, without a context, story, or emotion, it's hard for the brain to create connections because it has nothing to attach to. It floats around, disconnected, and eventually fades away. Studies in cognitive psychology indicate that semantic networks, the connections between words and meanings in the brain, are crucial for retaining long-term memory. When a new word fits into an existing network, like a story, a situation, or an emotion, it's much easier for the brain to retrieve it later. Instead of memorizing random words like apple, river, and sky, a lot of smart learners build a short story using their new words. An apple fell into the river under the wide blue sky. Suddenly, apple, river, and sky aren't floating in your mind separately. They are locked together in a scene. Your brain naturally remembers the whole situation better than isolated facts. This taps into associative memory and meaningful context, and learners report remembering words 3 to 4 times faster this way. Context creates meaning. Meaning creates memory. Your brain loves meaning. It hates random noise. When a word lacks context, your brain treats it as meaningless noise, which leads to easy dismissal and forgetting. But if a word appears in a meaningful context, like part of a funny story, an emotional moment, or a useful phrase, it becomes important, and your brain flags important information to be stored in long-term memory. According to Dr. John Medina, a developmental molecular biologist, author of Brain Rules, information presented in meaningful contexts is remembered up to 40% better than information presented alone. Emotion boosts memory power. Emotional experiences create stronger memories because they activate the amygdala, a part of the brain that enhances memory storage. If you connect a new word to an emotional experience, even something silly or happy, the brain holds on to it more tightly. You probably don't remember every word you studied for a test 5 years ago. But you do remember the exact words someone used during an emotional argument, a funny joke, or a heartfelt conversation. Emotion acts like glue for your memories. Famous language learners like Steve Kaufman, who speaks over 20 languages, talk often about emotional connection. He doesn't memorize dry vocabulary lists. Instead, he chooses topics he loves: history, travel, politics, and learns vocabulary through meaningful content he actually cares about. When he learned Russian, he spent hours listening to stories about Russian history because he loved it. His brain cared about the content. It automatically cared about the words too. If you emotionally care about what you're reading or hearing, you remember the language without feeling like you're studying. Using multiple senses strengthens learning. This activates different parts of the brain at the same time, creating a richer, stronger memory trace. In contrast, seeing a word once on a list only activates your visual cortex lightly, nowhere near enough for deep learning. Neuroscience studies show that multisensory learning, involving hearing, speaking, seeing, imagining, increases memory retention dramatically compared to single-sensory learning. Actors memorizing huge scripts don't just read lines silently. They say them aloud, move their bodies, act out the emotions, and imagine the scenes vividly. When an English learner adopts this method, reading, speaking, acting, new vocabulary sinks in much faster. A Brazilian student preparing for IELTS said, "When I acted out sentences physically, even simple ones like she ran across the street, I remembered the word across so much better." Involving multiple senses, sight, sound, touch, movement, makes the brain encode the information across many pathways, making it nearly impossible to forget. You need to connect new words to real, vivid, personal experiences. Otherwise, they'll disappear faster than yesterday's breakfast. 5 practical ways to make new words stick. 1. Personalize it. Words are strangers when you first meet them. The goal? Turn them into friends. Whenever you learn a new word, link it directly to something in your own life. The more emotional the connection, the deeper the memory. Example: learning melancholy? Don't just memorize the definition, a feeling of sadness. Think about a rainy Sunday afternoon when you were stuck indoors, feeling a little blue. Now, melancholy isn't just a word, it's that moment. Action step. Every time you learn a word, spend 10 seconds asking, "When have I felt this?" or "Where have I seen this?" The deeper the personal link, the stronger the memory. 2. Learn in context. Learning a word without context is like learning how to use a tool without knowing what it's for. Sure, you know it exists, but you have no idea when or how to use it. Example: if you only memorize run, you're stuck. But if you learn run a business, run away from danger, and run out of time, suddenly the word feels alive. You see how flexible and dynamic it really is. Practical tip: whenever you learn a new word, immediately collect 2-3 common phrases or sentences that use it. Use Google or dictionary example sentences. Immerse yourself in how the word actually breathes in real life. 3. Use it immediately. Memory fades fast if you don't activate it right away. Think of your brain like wet cement. When you first learn a word, it's soft and shapeable. If you carve something into it immediately, it sets permanently. Wait too long? It hardens and your word is lost. Example: you learn the word generous today. Immediately compliment a friend. "Thanks for being so generous with your time." Now it's not just a word, it's a living part of your speech. Action step: create a micro challenge. After learning a new word, use it out loud within 10 minutes, even if you're just talking to yourself while brushing your teeth. Saying it right away flips the switch from short-term memory into long-term storage. 4. Visualize wildly. Words can seem boring on paper, but your brain is a movie theater, and it loves strange, colorful, ridiculous scenes. Example, trying to remember stubborn. Picture a donkey in sunglasses sitting cross-legged in the middle of a busy street, refusing to move, causing chaos everywhere. Silly? Absolutely. Effective? You'll never forget it. Why it works? The human brain naturally remembers bizarre, exaggerated images better than plain facts. Some students create crazy visual images for new vocabulary, a technique called memory palaces, or just simple visualization. A Korean student learning English imagined the word stubborn as a fat cow sitting on a sofa, refusing to move while people try to push it. He later said, "That image was so ridiculous, but every time I forgot the word, the fat cow popped back into my mind." Silly, vivid pictures trigger strong emotional reactions, making memory more durable. Action step. When you learn a word, close your eyes for 5 seconds and create a weird, detailed, colorful mental picture related to it. Bonus points if it makes you laugh. 5. Master spaced repetition. Every time you learn something new, your brain starts a forgetting curve, a slow decline where memory gets weaker with time. If you review the information right before forgetting happens, your brain says, "Wait, this must be important." It strengthens the memory. Each time you review, the curve flattens, meaning you can go longer and longer without forgetting. The goal isn't to cram more, it's to review smarter. Each review strengthens the memory until it's practically unbreakable. Apps like Duolingo, Anki, and Quizlet use spaced repetition algorithms based on scientific research to help learners review words right before they forget them. One German learner preparing for an English exam said, "Instead of reviewing 50 words every day, I practiced just 10 to 20 words with Anki at the right intervals. I remembered almost everything after a few weeks, way better than cramming." Spaced repetition matches the brain's forgetting curve, reviewing material at increasing intervals just before your memory fades. Action tip. Treat review sessions like brushing your teeth, short, daily, automatic, and essential. Quick bonus tips for turbocharging vocabulary memory. Small bites, not big feasts. Focus on mastering 5-10 words a day. Learning too many at once is a recipe for disaster. Engage all your senses. Write the word, say it aloud, hear it used, mime it out if needed. Stay relaxed. A stressed brain locks up like a rusty door. Stay loose, stay playful. Memorizing vocabulary isn't about having a perfect memory. It's about building tiny, strong bridges between the new and what you already know. When words have roots in your life, your emotions, and your imagination, they don't just survive, they bloom. So next time you meet a new word, don't just memorize it. Make it yours.